Hey everyone, I've been asked a couple of times to do an eyelash tutorial. I was getting ready to go to my family Thanksgiving gathering, so I thought why not go ahead and film how to put on eyelashes and give you some tips and tricks on the easiest way to apply them because it can be a pain. And I used to get really frustrated trying to do them, but now it's like a second nature to me. I just can pop them on in 5 minutes, no big deal. And if you feel like it's too hard for you, just keep practicing. I promise you, it is not that hard. Once you get your fingers right and the right angle and you know where your lash line is and which, once you figure all that out, it's good to go. So if you want to know how to put on false eyelashes, just keep watching. So the first thing, I have all my other makeup on. I always put my eyelashes on very last. I do have my eyelashes coated in mascara, not too much, just a little. And I'm using the front camera on my phone because I need to look at myself when I do it. I have these Kiss lashes. They're not my favorite, but they are similar to Wispy's, which are my favorite. They look like this. Yeah. First, what I'm going to do is take just the lash, and if these look like they're too long for your eyes, you want to measure them on your eye and make sure that you don't have any excess hanging off, because if you do, they're going to be stabbing you here and here all day, and it's going to be really annoying, and you're just going to want to tear it off. So you want to make them as comfortable as possible. So these are just the right length for my eye. I didn't have to cut them at all. But when I get like mink lashes, which isn't that often, but if I do decide to purchase like mink lashes, they're always way too long. So I always cut them, and you always, when you do cut them, you always cut them from the outside, even though you might want it to be longest on the outside. If you cut it from the inside, it's going to be way too long on the inside, and it's going to look weird, and you don't want that. I have this Duo lash glue. This is just my favorite. You can use any lash glue. If you're allergic to latex, then use the kind without it. This one comes out white. So I'm going to take this and run it on the band of the lash. Sorry, this light is not working for me. And you don't want to put too much. That's like the first mistake you can make, is putting too much on the lash. Just enough to where you know it's not going to fall off. This is how much I do. The biggest trick that's helped me is let the glue on the lash dry for at least a minute. Wave it around and blow it. So once it's all dry, well, not completely dry, but you want it to be tacky enough to where when you try to stick it on your eye, it's not going to slide around, because that's so frustrating. And I personally use tweezers because I find it so much easier. If you can do it with your bare hands, amen to you. Okay, so once it's on, I just push it like this up against my skin. You don't want to put it on your eyelash. That's like bad. You'll rip your eyelashes out. Okay, it's going to be easier to see on the other lash. And then once they're a little bit more dry, I just like to push them up. You can use your tweezers or your finger and just push them up to make them. And then I like to squeeze my actual eyelashes together with the lash band. And be careful, don't poke your eye out with your tweezers. That is a no-no. You wouldn't think I would have to say that, but... And I chose not to put liner on this time just because I wanted my eyes to stand out. And it will be easier if you're a beginner, if you've never done it before, to use eyeliner first, put a winged eyeliner on or whatever, and then do it, because then you will have more room to mess up and it not be noticeable. Okay, and then once it's like set on there, then I go in with the tweezer. I want a real camera so bad. it's like Christmas and I'm buying gifts. I don't have the money to buy a $1,000 camera, but it's coming soon, I promise. So we're gonna have to deal with the iPhone. And then you push it. For me, my problem areas are my outer corners because when my eyes water, they will lift up. Sorry, I'm getting out of the frame. But I always make sure I put a little bit more glue on the outer corner because I personally have a problem with watery eyes sometimes, and I don't want that eyelash to lift up because it's just going to bug me all day, and I'll be messing with it, and then it'll just come off, and I'm going to have one lash hanging off, and that is not cute. And then I pinch them together. Be really careful with this part. And then we push them up. If you have mink eyelashes, these are synthetic. They're from the drugstore. If you have mink eyelashes, those are like 30 bucks. Do not put mascara on them. You will ruin them. Leave them. They're beautiful as they are. So once everything's on, I just go back and give them a pinch right close to my lash line. And then we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you would like to see next. I'm going to be posting videos hopefully once a week. I'm trying to find time in my schedule since I work full-time. But I really need to get back to doing it. So let me know what you guys want to see, if you guys want to see any holiday looks, tutorials, whatever it is. And thank you for watching. I didn't do a